I am so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. I've actually been running for 9 minutes, and I thought that I was live, and I wasn't live. I am so sorry about that. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kenius here. Will I crash the celebrity? There comes a time in every sim pilot's life, or in real pilot's life, where they ask themselves, am I good enough? Am I good enough? I'm getting good enough, but now it's like, oh, would I trust myself with somebody else's life? Could I handle that? And then what if something goes wrong? And then I start realizing, we don't do any failure and emergency training, and we need to start doing that. Let's make it difficult. Let's add a celebrity into the mix. And let's make sure that there's an emergency always happening every 5 minutes. So it's turned into a little game, and I want to get a celebrity on soon. A real celebrity. Ignore the clocks in the corner. Those are for the game at the moment. So I'd like to keep this under 30 minutes, so we have a countdown timer up there, and we're going to have another timer so we can do our failures. Turn these on in here. Okay. So yeah, our celebrity tonight, CP. CP was born August 26, 1980. He's an American actor. He made his feature film debut as Lord Devereux in The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement in 2004. Do you know who it is? I'll tell you more about him in a minute. I had already rolled a plane, and we got the extra up here, and I had already was in the process of setting up a flight, a short flight. I want to keep this at 30 minutes. That's why the countdown clock. Okay. So with this one I said I want, and this is where I realized that it wasn't up and running. Paul said, it's not running. This is the first time I'm learning how to schedule these live streams now. And there's another button you have to click to go live. I thought once you were going live, it was live, and it was just not. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. I'm learning how to schedule and go live properly, and that was my first time doing that. So, sorry about that. 9 minutes. Okay. So I wanted to open up, because this is going to be a visual flight rules flight, and we're using the other side of the world at the moment because it's daylight over there. We're out here in the world. So anyway, it was light there. So that's how I ended up just picking the location. It's daylight there. Okay, I wanted something under 30 minutes, so we got 51 nautical miles between here and VGJR. And I said, because it's a visual flight rules, we're outside of the United States, I'm going to need every bit of help I can get. I need to look at a real-world map for this area and get some elevations and get an idea of what we're going to do here. And if there's any radio sources or anything else I can use to help me navigate our celebrity over to VGJR. So I was trying to open up SkyVector and show that to you. There it is. Okay. So we're starting in VECC. And we're going to VGJR. Okay. Well, it's got a VOR right next to it. That should be easy. Okay, this should be easy now, because we have that. The JSR at 113.0. Okay, and let me set this to this, and this will even help us more. Okay, that gives us the exact radial we want to be on, and we want to be on the 050, the 50. The 050. So, okay, now I don't see any elevate. Well, I see 1,100 feet here. Okay, because we're outside of the United States, I'll be darned, there's some information here for this airport. Okay, The coordinates, the elevation is 20 feet. Magnetic variation is 0 west. Open to the public. The frequencies nearby, there's Joshua. Okay, runways 16 and 34. Dimensions 7,999 feet, 100 feet wide. 238 feet by 46 meters. The surface is a hard runway. The elevation is 20 feet. The runway headings are 158 and 38. 158 and 38. Take a note of that because the winds, right now we have to think about the winds too. Okay. That really should be all we need. Okay, so let's get the show on the road. We already got the plane. I rolled random dice with our random dice generator over here. And this is how I determined our plane. And now, every 5 minutes, let me make sure this is on all screens. Everything's on. Okay, let's not try to open SkyVector again. Okay, we need the flame timer on here and the countdown timer on here. Okay. Again, I'm so sorry for that bad start. Let me make sure that that's up and running again. Let me check YouTube just in case. Make sure everything's still up and running just fine. Now I'm twitchy. Okay. Okay, good. If you want to, if you haven't seen this before and you want to make this more interesting, once you see how this works and you want to make it more interesting, use the super chat and make a donation of any denomination, any whatever, any amount, whatever, any amount, and we will roll another dice. Okay, so let's do this. Can we get our celebrity there? And we have 28 minutes, approximately. We could reset it when we get in there. It's not a big deal. This has been a very interesting way to incorporate the failures and weather changes in a very, very fun and exciting way, and it's pretty balanced at the moment. Been trying to work out the mechanics, and this is still kind of working out the mechanics to see if everything works okay. The first few runs, oh my gosh, we were setting the odds really high against us, and they went really badly. The first 6 or 7, 8 or 9, yeah, not so good. The last few have been really, really nice. Really, really nice. One of them we had time to spare on the clock. So that's what I mean. It feels pretty balanced. They were still pretty nerve-wracking. We had to come down out of the air a couple of times. But as long as there's still time on the clock to try to get there. In the description, I've done a best to just put down the rudimentary rules. So if you're kind of like, well, what are the rules to all this? I'm doing the best to explain the rules in the description, and I'll be changing that and adding that and trying to clarify that as we go forward. Okay, so restricted view angle. Oh, they had a bug today with the UI, and a lot of things were reset, like notifications, and I don't need the notifications on for this. We need to set our keyboard to our keyboard. Good. That will help. And we need to go back to notifications. Well, we should probably see if it'll tell us if things are bunged in here too. Don't need that. That would probably be cheating if we have our objective out there, but Let's see what it does. Don't need this on. Okay. So we need to get up in the air and get to the 50 radial. Right? We need to tune that radio, as a matter of fact, right quick as well. So before we take off, kill a throttle, we need to find the radio in this thing. Ooh. Well, that's it right in front of this thing. What is that? Is that my joystick? I don't know about you, man. I do not like the idea of these joysticks being right between my legs. That's goofy. Who? That's goofy. Okay, we need this thing right here. Okay, and we need to go to the nav radio, and we need to put in 1130. If you want to learn how this works, like and subscribe. I'm going to start scheduling daily or regular morning Cessna practice and go over everything. Everything in at least the Cessna to start with. Everything in the cockpit, how everything works. Everything. We haven't actually gotten to the air yet, but we're going to be listening for that thing. When that happens, we need to roll a dice. So let me refresh that. Okay. So yeah, all failures will start once we get in the air. Okay. 1130. We need to make it active. So yeah, if you want to learn how all this stuff works, like and subscribe, and I'll do regular training practices, and we'll work our way up in the evenings to Airbus or airliner and fly the big jets around. And we'll use charts and everything. We'll do it, man. Or madam. Okay. So that's in there. Got the frequency in there. So, which is nice. I'm glad it has this. That's going to assist this flight. Mr. Celebrity. Have you figured out who the celebrity is? He played Lord Devereaux in Princess Diaries 2. Okay. So if we turn this on, is there a compass in here too? Oh, cool. Sorry I'm eating up the time, Mr. Celebrity, but I've got to at least take a minute to familiarize myself with this plane. Oh, this is cool. Okay, we got this. I think we got this, Mr. Celebrity. You don't think they'll know who you are by just telling them that you were Lord Devereaux and that you've done a lot more cool things? All right. Whoa. Wow, this plane, hot tamale, sir. Holy moly. She's crazy, sir. Now I know why you wanted her. Now I know why you wanted this plane. Ah, and it's got my joystick set wrong, sir. Oh, did it blow all my joystick controls out? Let's find out. Oh, that was. I heard it blew everybody's. I heard it blew everybody's. Oh, we can't check that in here. Their flight hours. I was getting ready to get my next badge at 400 flight hours. I think they said it may have blown out all of our logs. That would suck. I mean, it's a vanity thing, but hey. Okay. Whoa. You're a crazy man, Mr. Celebrity. But I get it. That's the kind of character you've been playing. Holy moly. This thing's like a rocket, sir. No, I've never been here to this part of the world, Mr. Celebrity. Dude, there's quite a lot of traffic in there. Holy moly, this thing is so... She's awesome. She's like a bat out of hell, sir. See the people landing down there? Somebody's landing down there. They landed in the grass. Done it many a time. Great, that sounds like the Morse code identifier from our nav. So I was wondering, if we didn't have a GPS in here, what were we going to be doing? Would it have one of these in here, the basic compass? We need to have the AI deal with the radio for right now. Oh well, I'll answer. Dang, she's climbing monster. She's a beast. Slow down, plane. I don't want to slow down, though. That's the thing. We need to get this celebrity there. Where's the knob for the VOR? Or not? Yeah. Wow, easy. Where is the knob for the VOR? Okay, now that's a legitimate timer. Okay, so now, reset it. Go to our failures. Here we go. 1d6.
Rolled 1d6. 4.
Okay.
Rolls were 4.
Okay, that's a panel failure. So now we need to determine which one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's roll 1d20.
Rolled 1d20. 11.
2,
Rolls
3,
were 11.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Vacuum failure. Oh. Okay, we need a 100-sided dice.
Rolled 1d100. 94.
Oh no, 94%
Rolls
chance
were
of vacuum
94.
failure. Okay, we need to connect this now and make sure that those failures are engaged. If it's going to be this fancy, does it got an autopilot? You're kidding me. Why would you want all this stuff and then not have an autopilot? Oh, I'm going to dump a whole lot of money into a plane with all this fancy kit, but not have an autopilot? Okay, whatever. I should have all the failures set to, or all the realisms in the game set to full real. So overspeeding, having flaps, having flaps deployed, going too fast, you can rip a flap off, you can rip a wing off. So I was trying to find the knob that controls, and it should be here. It controls the CDI. That's overspeed. Be careful of that now. We don't want to overspeed. Okay, I am trying to find how to turn the compass heading. For our VOR, how do you dial in the 150? I ask myself. I mean, I don't need it with all this equipment, but again, Plane is bucking around so much. I'm afraid to go out and take a look around. That engine sounds, something's going on in that engine. I was hearing clunk, clunky, clunky. So let's go over to our failure screen and see if it actually shows us if anything is what's failing. The current list. Oh no, we didn't hit start. Ah, there we go. Rudder position is jacked, can jack after 119 seconds. The toggle the vacuum failure, when fail, speed 339 knots. Hey, so we're not going to ever hit 339 knots, so that worked out in our favor. Luck is in our favor, Mr. Celebrity. You want me to tell him another movie that you worked on? I think that would totally give it away. Go with one of your other roles? Okay, so this celebrity has also done he played Dr. Alexander Murray in A Wrinkle in Time. Okay, make sure the plane is not overspeeding. Hit refresh, go to failures, roll 1d6.
Rolled 1d6, 1.
Wow, we just skipped
Rolls were
really badly
1.
there. Wow. We rolled a 1. Wow, all the sound in my headphones just freaked out. All the sound freaked out. Sound card error of some kind. Anyway, we rolled a 1d6, and that's an all system failure. This is where everything can fail at once. Okay, so we go to all system failures, and we roll a percentage.
Rolled 1d100,
45.
45.
So we have to set
Rolls
all
were
failures
45.
at a 45% chance of failure. Stop, restart. Let's close that thing, see if we can get it to... I think all the holy, well, I have to stop. I have to pause. All of my sounds, all of my playback, everything, including Microsoft Flight Simulator, is all jacked up at the moment. Standby, everything just freaked out. Okay, now I hear the music right. Everything's fine there. Wow. My failure screen closed. Get that open. Alright. The dice generator closed. Yep. Well, it's just a demo. Gotta work out stuff like this happening. See if they're there now. Alright, they're back. This isn't operating correctly. Now the D&D dice roller just crapped out. What?
Rolled 1d6.
Okay.
3. Rolls were 3.
Okay, I'm gonna put 3 or 4 minutes back on the clock. So let's go to like 14 minutes on the clock, and we'll do the next one. I can't reset that one. Okay. Dang it, we went way off course. So what was that role he played? Murray, Dr. Murray in A Wrinkle in Time. One minute and 2 seconds until our next failure. He played Will Coulson in Unstoppable in 2010. So, he played in The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement, 2004. Dr. Alexander Murray in A Wrinkle in Time. And Will Coulson in Unstoppable in 2010. Do you know who our celebrity guest is? If you think you know who it is, I'll give you a free dice roll. We'll roll a dice. We'll do an extra dice roll if you type in the name of the celebrity in the chat room. Okay, so let's reset this. Go to our failure screen, roll 1d6.
Rolled 1d6, 5. Rolls were 5.
Okay, rolls were 5. So that would be a panel failure. Five is a weather failure. Oh no. If we get snow again, oh no. We have to roll the 1d10.
Rolled 1d10, 6.
Okay, that
Rolls
determines
were 6.
that determines the weather. So let's come up here. Weather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. High level clouds. We got lucky. Snow has killed us twice. We don't have any de-icing equipment on this plane either. Okay. Come on, nose. Get down. Okay. Let me look in the chat room and see if anybody's named the celebrity. If you can name the celebrity, there will be an extra dice roll right now. All right. Nobody yet has identified the celebrity. If you identify the celebrity and can type in his name into the chat room, we will roll the dice. I can hear something flat rattling in that engine, it sounds like. Whoa. You know what? I'll bet they make a damn good curry here. I like curry. Do you like curry, Mr. Celebrity? Not when you're flying? Good answer. I find it pretty smooth on the bowels personally. You know, you get the extra yogurt and stuff. You get a nice mild one. That'll give you the runs. I totally get it. You know, yeah, too much dairy maybe. You know, I don't know. Is that even a dairy? Yogurt's not even a dairy, is it? That's a thing. Okay, some other rules. If the engine fails and we have to put it down, or if I feel that something's too wrong, if I get down to the ground and land safely, it will reset the failures, and there's a 25, everything is reduced by 25%. The damages or whatever, the repairs, it'll be reduced by 25, whether they're reset or not. I'm not. Either way, if I land and find a nearby runway to land on, I can get a repair up to 50% and try to continue on and get our celebrity to the destination. 54 seconds until our next roll. It says we have 7 minutes only to get to the airport. Okay, the rule is like if you're within 10 miles, if I'm within 10 miles of the airport when the timer counts down, then I can still make the landing. If not, then the celebrity's really, really mad because I'm not able to get him there on time, and they're very prompt. You know how they can be. Six seconds. Okay. Failures. Refresh. 1d6.
Rolled 1d6. 6.
Nothing happens.
Rolls were 6.
Also, we're going to give the celebrity an opportunity if a roll is particularly bad or he wants to interject a modifier. We're going to give the celebrity three rolls. Maybe something like that. We have to make it exciting for them too. Like if something goes terribly wrong, they can roll a modifier on something. They get to play the celebrity card like 3 times, or at least once. Let's check the chat room, see if anybody's identified the celebrity yet. Oh, I've given hints. Those were hints. If you're not cheating, I mean, you could type it in Google IMDb that he played Dr. What was it? I've never seen any of these. Shh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tell you that. I didn't mean to say that out loud. He can hear. He played Lord Devereaux in The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement. He played Will Coulson in Unstoppable in 2010, and he played Dr. Alexander Murray in A Wrinkle in Time in 2018. He played Bernie Weber in The Finest Hours in 2016. I think if I mention any of his other stuff, you'll immediately know. Immediately. We made it. Four minutes and 22 seconds. We should have a runway showing up right there. Yep. And we got clearance to runway 34. I believe this end of the runway is 34. Enter left runway 34? No, that's 15. Wow, this plane is a trip. Wow, I'm going this slow and she's still not, as far as I can tell, she's still not in flap range. This thing was a beast. I think I found a new small, fast plane that I like. Wow, where's the flap deployment on this? Huh, I don't see a flap deployment indicator. Made it to the ground. We beat the clock. Oh, easy, easy. She almost tipped over. All right, with 1 minute and with 1 minute left on the clock, we have arrived and we have got our celebrity here. So, was 32 minutes, 30 minutes too slow and too short of a flight? To me, it feels. I mean, after 30 minutes, it does feel a little bit long doing the 60-minute flights. All right, let me tell you who our celebrity is. Well, let me give you a couple of his other roles, and now you can tell who it is. Okay. He played James T. Kirk. He played James T. Kirk in the Star Trek reboot. Yeah. Now exactly. If I would have said that right off the bat, his other roles, you'd have been like, oh, yeah. He played Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984. He played Jack Ryan in Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit in 2014. He played Robert the Bruce in Outlaw King. He played Toby Howard in Hell or High Water. So it was only fitting that it worked out, this whole episode, that it worked out the way it did, because I think that is the plane that he would have wanted. He's like, look, if we're going to get there and we're going to get there in under 30 minutes, you're going to need this little bad boy right here. Or bad girl. And he was right. With one minute to spare. And the failures we had. No, what happened? Were we disconnected? It seems we were disconnected. Okay, so here's what would have failed. Rudder trim would have failed instantly, but that's just a trim. So what rudder trim is when you set your rudder, you can adjust it and fine-tune it in the angle that you want it. So we wouldn't have been able to fine-tune our rudder. Gear center position on taxi. We're not taxiing, but that would have failed as we're heading towards the gear center. We can try to taxi and see if that thing fails. Fuel tank left main level, one will fail. Speed 162 knots. I don't know that we hit 162. Let's look at our... I don't know. Partial panel compass. We weren't really using the panel compass. The pitot blockage, that causes your vacuum gauges to fail. We weren't really using gauges. We were using GPS. Engine 1 failure at 8,719 feet. We never went that high. And engine 4 failure, we don't have a fourth engine. That would have been one at 19,000 feet. So those were our main 7. In a 60-minute flight, after 7 rounds, we start adding more to the list. For example, if this were a 60-minute flight, after 7 rounds where all those would be kicked in, on the next roll, or whatever, after the 7th roll, we now go to limit number of failures to and increase it every round with each roll. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So each round after 30 minutes, or something like that, each round after the first 7, we start adding more things that can fail at once. But this was a 30-minute one, and we succeeded. But and even with all those failures that we were dealing with right there, nothing would have changed our odds, I think, to have gotten here. So I'll make sure to double check next time that that's on. Either way, we get to fly this celebrity again sometime, because we have survived and we got him here on time. Let's go ahead and taxi and see if that one thing fails. It was just like a center gear centering position on taxi. Easy. Okay. A gear centering. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to turn. I'm breaking the rules here by ignoring the taxiway. No, nothing's failing. All right, Mr. P. You are here filming something in India, and or business. I don't know why we're here in India. It's none of my business, really. I figured you're over here checking something out for a film roll. There's your satellite dish. Is this the place you're renting? Far out, Mr. Celebrity. I'll be around if you need me. I'm your man. Just call. I earned a stripe. So thanks for tuning into this live stream. And there'll be another one scheduled at like in an hour. I'm trying to learn how to schedule these things. So I have another one scheduled with HF. I'm really nervous about flying this guy around. But if anybody knows, that things go wrong and you might have to put her down, it's the next guest. Really, truly. You'll understand when you see the next guest. You'll understand that, well, I've said too much. Thanks for tuning in this live stream where we didn't crash the celebrity and we got a little emergency flight, a failure and emergency training practice in. The live stream that asked the question, am I good enough? Am I good enough? See you on the next one. Oh, don't forget, Celebrity Zoltan. I want to get him on soon, and do a real one with a real celebrity.